watch Robin Williams,
Yeah.
you would say to yourself, "Gosh, I kind of do that."
Mm.
So, and the
Okay.
humor. Oh, right. So I think
Ugh.
it was a Johnny Carson, ages ago. Johnny Carson. One of
Yeah.
them I think was just after like Mork and Mindy.
All
Then the
right.
other one was, I'm not sure whether it was maybe like, or it was like right before Mork and Mindy, and then another one was like 10 years later. And
Yeah.
I was just blabbing in front of the TV. And I was like, that reminds me so much of the humor that my friend Mark has. So, yeah.
Oh, well,
How you been?
I know you're busy and you're gonna have to leave in a few seconds, but before
No,
you
that's
do,
not true. I'm calling because I have time to talk.
all right. So, couple of things. Number one, I want to get to the new stuff, so I got to be succinct about this old stuff. Number one is I want to do something that I do with my friend Peter, which is we have a long thing that is too long for us to repeat in every conversation where we feel like it's needed to be repeated. So what we did is we just called it like F41. And so when I say to him F41, it tells us the whole thing without a lot of data, verbiage.
Oh, so we don't repeat ourselves?
Yeah, so we don't have to say that entire thing again.
Okay.
All right,
How's that working out?
It works out really well, actually. So I would like to do one with you. We could call it like G22. And then this will be the time when I explain what G22 is, and next time I'll just say G22.
And I'll have to go into my index in my brain.
Oh, honey, no,
to
you won't. Because
compartmentalize
you're
it in
young
my
and you're
file
pretty.
cabinet.
You're young and you're pretty, and you're not forgetful, and
I couldn't remember you, but we'd have to do like maybe a code like G22 bathing suit or something like that.
well,
And then
I
I'd be able to kind of pull that.
I will placate you on that, but I don't think you're really needing it. But all right.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, let me get through that, and we can go to the next thing.
Okay.
Over the last 6 months or whatever, this is part of the G22 preamble here. Over the last 6 months, I did manage to be able to tape you once when you didn't know about it.
Okay.
And as you remember,
I gave you full permission.
you
Yes.
gave me full permission to do that. And if you don't remember, and
It's
I wish,
okay. No,
well,
I remember saying okay.
I know. Well, no, wait. There's more to it, honey.
G22.
That's not. That's like no. This is my thing. I'm gonna. So
Okay.
within G22, there's several points. Number one, you gave me full permission to video and audio tape you. Number two, and the reason I'm doing all this is my computer died and the tape died. The tape got lost with a lot of hundreds of other tapes. Number two, on the tape you said I could publish it. I could publish you being video and audio taped, and you didn't even want to know that it was happening, that you were being published.
Right.
So all that stuff, you can currently re-verify that that's in fact true?
That's true. Just don't put it on Facebook or social media. Is that okay?
Well, that kind of defeats the point, honey, because that's the part that I find most desirable, because I'm the guy who is on social media every day putting up interesting stuff, and I have a friend who, now that I'm older than salt, I can finally say to you, you're so damn attractive, I haven't never even wanted you to know how attractive you are.
Well, we can thank God and Mom and Dad and all my relatives for that.
All right. So
I don't have too much part of it. Okay, so if I was a publisher, and let's say you taped 40 minutes or whatever.
it's not your image necessarily always. It's mostly your audio only, but
Yeah, and that's fine. But doing snippets, it captures. You understand the funny or interesting parts rather than the on and on.
but okay, well,
I don't know. I don't know whether you do that when you're recording other people. Whether you kind of
oh, don't worry.
capture it into
I think now I can finally say I'm an expert of this crap. So the thing about snippets is this. Number one, when the AI makes the snippets, it doesn't put the pauses where we think they should put it.
Oh, right.
And number two, when it does snippets, we don't know which ones are the good and bad ones, so they all go out the door to the public.
Oh, so you don't have control over the snippets.
Not without spending a lot of labor time. I mean,
okay.
I did something for somebody in Poland the other day. It gave me 34 snippets. She wanted me to individually load each one of those into a program that would send the MP4 to her. That would have taken me about 40 years working 300 hours a week.
Yeah.
And
that's ridiculous. Yeah.
she broke up with me over it. I'm like, young lady, you are nice, but fuck you very much.
Yeah.
So,
well, I it's in your best judgment. My only.
we're never using
okay,
your
so
honey.
here's-
Well, let me make my case.
I have a
I always
question.
call
Simple question.
you Grace Menendez,
Right.
so
okay.
nobody knows who in the hell it is.
Oh, okay.
It's
that's
not your image.
fine. Okay.
I've never done an image one. I've always done just an audio. So
Okay, then I'm fine with that. I'm
so
totally fine with
that can go out to the public then.
Yeah.
All right. So G22 has been born. Thank you, Jesus.
Why do you pick that letter or number? Just out of
Because I'll
curiosity.
tell you why. Because on my phone right now, as I'm looking at my phone, I see your picture, and here's what I wrote: Grace Menendez -22, and then under that it says 22 Menendez. So nowhere
can we
in my
change it?
world, huh?
But can we change it to 21 or 28? I like those numbers better rather than 22.
Yeah,
22
honey.
doesn't mean anything.
For someone like you, in a
Change it to
low-cut
21.
evening gown, we could do pretty much anything.
Okay, 21. I'd like the G21.
You got it. You got it, boss. There we go. It's already done.
Okay. Wow,
All right.
that's fast. Yeah.
All right,
because
so-
when we were in your bedroom, I was in stitches and just laughing the entire time because we were just going off on tangents,
And you know what? What you don't know, I recorded that whole damn thing.
Okay.
And
Because
it's
it
the
was
one,
just-
and it got lost, and the computer died,
Oh.
and I lost 142 videos. Some were like hours long. And I was minutes from saving some of them. I had just pulled a bunch of them from Zoom, and I had started processing them all, and I was putting them back on YouTube, and the computer died. And
So
I had to
that's
call.
why-
Yeah,
Okay, so that's why you had an email saying something about this computer that I knew nothing about.
yeah, because
Okay.
I had to call clients and tell them,
Right.
your last 2 shows are gone, and
Okay, because
People-
I had
people
no
were-
idea what I was to do with that information.
Yeah, well-
And I'm like, okay, send it to me. Okay, enough said. And you would tell me later,
Yeah.
or not, or whatever.
And
Okay.
I have a question, honey. Before I tell you what's going on with me, and I do need to tell you because you're a Christian friend. I'm writing 2 or 3 books. Do you have any interest in me sending you? The way I write them is I put a chapter in an email. I voice it. Takes me just a few minutes. I can voice an entire chapter, and I send it off to Vidya and Peter and whatnot. You know, it might be chapter 17 of book 3. Should I send any of that to you in email, or for God's sake, please don't send me anything?
What is your reasoning or point? Are you going to collectively write a book that people could read? Is book 1 about whatever?
Yep.
Or chapters of your life?
No, the answer is yes. Book 1 is called, well, it's scary to tell you the title, but the title stands for something other than what it looks like. Book 1 One is called DOA Mark Isaac Potter, or DOA MIP.
Okay.
Which stands for Diary of a Mentally Ill Person, oddly enough.
Wow, I love it.
Not Mark Died. That's book number 1.
Right.
Book number 2, which I think is going to be the biggest seller because businesses are already paying attention. And you know I've been an expert in absurdism forever, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Which I'd like to understand, but I don't.
Well, yeah, nobody does either. That's why I'm here as the expert.
But you initiating it allows us to better understand it.
Well, yes, and I'm going to get paid for the understanding. So book number 2 is called Leaning Sideways, :
I love it.
No, wait. Every book has a subtitle. Leaning Sideways, Why Absurdism is the New Power in Social Media Marketing, Advertising, and yes, even in product design.
Okay.
And that's the book, and it's getting attention already.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And book number 3, I don't remember, and that brings us to the whole point that I want to leave you with as my Christian sister. Please pray for me more deeply, because I have now 3 or 4 new diseases that I didn't have when you knew me last.
Okay.
And 2 of them are extremely serious, and the third one is an advancement of a previous disease that you just barely knew about.
Okay.
I'm in bad shape, honey.
Right. It sounds to me like you want to do these books because you feel like you're running out of time.
Yep, exactly.
And you've got so much to share.
You got it right, dog.
Well, I love DOA MIP. I think that is so cool because people can try to, we have anachronisms for everything. And that one is just perfect because it's not Mark Isaac Potter, which is the dichotomy of it. It's mentally ill person.
Right.
Which brings me to my question.
And don't say your name on this, for God's sake, because this is going up as soon as we stop talking.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're Grace Menendez in every form of anything ever.
Beautiful. Okay.
Grace Menendez 21, right?
Right. Exactly.
All right. Go tell me whatever.
No, so, right, but what I find interesting is your book number 2 is where it's at right now.
Well, I think writing book number 1, which is farther along, I probably have about 5 chapters, maybe 10 chapters done in book number 1. I'm able to write these books extremely fast. I lay down in bed and I go to my email and I open it and I voice a chapter within 5 minutes probably, or 10. And the whole chapter first draft is done. And I send it off to Vidya. So I can write a book now in, what if you put it all the time together as one thing is like, 2 hours I can write a book.
Right. And that's the time that it took me to organize my necklaces yesterday.
Yeah.
They were all in a plastic bag. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't even go there because it's just a jambalaya,
Yeah.
But I think what's interesting with book number 2, book number 1, I think that's terrific because people just don't understand
Well,
mental illness.
Trump yesterday made homelessness illegal out in America, period, which is going to help the prison industrial complex. And if you're homeless and you have mental illness, you will be permanently institutionalized and made to do forced labor in the institution.
Yeah, and we're going back to before I graduated from college, where that's where people went. They went to the institution.
Yeah, because you remember Reagan as governor of California was the one who caused a big snafu by shutting down all the institutions.
Yeah.
Because back in his day, being a Republican means you didn't do that instead of you do that.
Right. But it's a little bit similar but different. But how restaurants established themselves or went out of business with COVID. So shutting these institutions down because they didn't know quite what to do, will just put you in boxes so that you're contained, so that you don't get out of your box because you're chained in. I think humanity is besides themselves because, we have loved ones, and whether we want to take care of them, we don't want to put them into an institution. That's not loving. And I understand, people that are getting older or illness and so many illnesses these days. Not that we didn't have them before, but they're much more exposed, especially with social media. But I think, I think it's hard because social media, everybody shows the icing on their cake, their perfect self, and look at me. And for the rest of us that aren't like that, they're depressed or bipolar or whatever, they're not looking like the perfect whoever that spent 2 hours getting themselves ready. And when people put things of their true heart on social media, they were backlashed.
Yeah.
And it happens, and everybody knows it, but nobody wants to talk about it. So I think your first book is going to be terrific because it needs to be out there. A lot of people that are homeless, they were executives.
Yeah.
But other homeless, they have mental illness, and that's why there's too much to handle. I don't want to live in an apartment. Then I've got a bill. Then I've got to somehow budget my finances. I don't know where I'm getting my money. And it's just this quagmire of stuff. I mean, even for me, I am blessed to live in a place that I am, but there's still so much stuff of just my day-to-day existence, let alone somebody who's homeless that has a mental illness because they don't know how to take care, and not to fix, but to make lives more joyful in kind of whatever circumstance, and this is what faith is all about, because faith isn't just not knowing and we have faith. I believe faith, I heard this the other day, that it regardless of the circumstances, you still do it, and regardless of the consequences.
Well, I suggest I'm gonna humbly suggest something I normally wouldn't suggest for someone like yourself, which is take the time to read the executive order because it goes a lot farther than we ever imagined. I've got a meeting coming up, honey, here in a few minutes that I gotta take. So I love you. Let's try to
hook up.
Hook up when we can. But please know that I don't appear a lot different, but I go through so much pain. I now have something like Epstein-Barr.
Okay.
I now have more dementia, and I now have I have something that my therapist calls hypersensitivity.
Okay, so I am a highly sensitive person.
No, I'm saying.
So I don't know whether it's the same. Let's talk about that. Let's have lunch, and let's talk about that in person.
All right. All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry I have these meetings, but I work. I work a lot.
Okay.
So.
Oh, but I'm glad we spoke, and I'm glad you're okay.
I love you,
you're
honey.
somewhat okay.
All right.
Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.
I love you too. Bye bye.
Yeah, love it. She's such a cutie. She's such an attractive woman too. So hot, so fucking hot. She really is. She's my age, but god damn it, she's